Welcome back to Skylands Ice World here inside the Forum for Pope John Lions hockey. Mike Formisano along with you calling tonight's action as the Lions are leading Gloucester Catholic Rams by a count of 9-2. Lions now going left to right on your screen, tipped aside by Hunter Perillo. Lions in their home white jerseys trimmed by blue with the Pope John Lion logo and blue numbers with blue pants and the white helmets. Gloucester Catholic in their maroon uniforms with yellow and white trim, and they are going right to left. I would rattle off the scoring, but I don't remember all the scores so far. Hayden Marshall getting his first action for the Pope John Lions. Number 24 out there for Pope John. Comes back to Hughes. Hughes tipped by Marshall in front. Saved by Geyser. And it comes back outside the zone. Here's Dixon over to Hughes. The pass in front to Perillo. Perillo with a cross-ice pass. Tipped by number 37 for Gloucester. They have it inside their own zone now. Now Luke Jarosowicz on top of it. Jarosowicz in the far corner. Pass back to the point to Amabile. Amabile with the shot just wide right. And McCullough in there as well. McCullough wide left now. Goes along the far boards. Comes outside the zone. Amabile will play it there. 13:45 to go. Third period. Pope John up by 7. Here is Perillo. Perillo skating in the shot. Save. Rebounds loose. And covered by Geyser as Pope John was looking to put the rebound home. Shots on goal now, favoring Pope John 34-21 as they hold a 7-goal lead. Now, Colatrella, Michello, and Jack Jarosowicz out there along with Bars and Amabile. Face-off, won by Gloucester, goes in the far corner, number 7 there. Over to 23. Jack's after it. Jarosowicz passes it up to Michello behind the net. Michello to Colatrella. Number 42 for Gloucester picks it up there. It is Michello. Back to the point. Jacob McCullough. McCullough over to Michello behind the net. Amabile off the glass. He's got it on the back end. Now McCullough across to Jack. Jars fires. Deflected by Colatrella. Hit his skate. Kept inside the zone, but now finally outside. And Pope John has to regroup. Comes outside the zone. Stolen away by number 23 for Gloucester. Sent back into the Gloucester end. There's number 23 for the Rams. Goes back behind. Jarosowicz will play it around. Alex Slater can't hold it at the point. He has to come back out. And the Lions regroup there. 12:34 to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the third period, the Lions up 9-2. Puck comes back inside. The Pope John and Giordano will play it for Slater. Now Jack. Pass up to number 11, Cameron Guerra. Over to Bars. Bars fans on the shot. Slides into Geyser, and he'll cover it for Gloucester. 12:13 remaining here in the third period. 9-2, Pope John on top of Gloucester Catholic. And again, this has got to be an emotional game for Gloucester Catholic. As I said before the game started, their head coach last year, right now it's Mike Geary, but the head coach from last year's Rams team is none other than Matthew Gaudreau. Matt and his brother Johnny, you know Johnny Gaudreau from the NHL, played with Calgary, played with Columbus. Both brothers were horrifically killed this past August 29th in a bike accident and automobile colliding with both of them. And Matt had a minor league career with the New York Islanders, played Boston College, but both Matt and Johnny played with Gloucester Catholic back around 2010, 2011. And so the tragic passing of both Matt and Johnny, we wanted to recognize it tonight. And this is their first game, Gloucester Catholic, since the tragic accident. So puck in the corner, there's Magnus Bars. Played out by Michael Perry. Puck passed up to number 14 for Pope John. Now back to Bars. Bars fires, saved by Geyser. Isaac was right in on that. Bars holds it at the point. Now, pass across to Isaac, the shot. Saved by Geyser. Isaac has it behind. Michael Perry, intercepted by number 40 for Gloucester Catholic. Now here's Bars on the face-off circle. Pass up. Just underneath Perillo's stick. Off the shin guards of number 18, Sean Hughes. Hughes inside the zone. And Pope John offside as it looked like Luke Jarosowicz was a half step over the line. 10:40 remaining here in the third period. Pope John leading over Gloucester Catholic 9-2. And then Luke, along with Hunter Perillo, Aiden Perry. And there is Sean Hughes with the check on number 70. Hughes skates after it, and now intercepted there by number 20 for Pope John. That is Luke Einhorn. Einhorn getting action in the game tonight for the first time. Now the Rams will skate it up. Number 70 picks it up for Gloucester. Inside the zone, there's Giordano. Bounces off his skates. And played by Einhorn around. Rams hold it there. Saved by Giordano, and he'll hold on. 10:07 remaining here in the third period. So now Colatrella will center Marshall and Jack Jarosowicz. Mobley and Dixon out there for Pope John. Here's number 8 across the line, Colatrella, trying to sneak in past the Ram defense. Colatrella with the backhand. Gloucester intercepts, goes past Amable. Here's number 24 in. Along the far boards, Pope John steals it back. Big check by Colatrella. And now here's Marshall behind the net. Being tied up by number 88. Pass in front. 9:30 to go here, third period. Dixon at the point. Dixon shoots it in behind the net. Marshall looking to tip it past. Can't do so. Now the puck knocked down there by Colatrella. Colatrella into Jack Jarosowicz. Hill knocked off the puck. Sent out of the zone by the Rams and all the way down the ice. We'll have an icing on the play. We are live inside the Skylands Ice World Forum here in Stockholm, New Jersey. Mike Formisano along with you calling tonight's game. Thank you so much for joining us here on opening night in Skylands Ice World for the Pope John Lions as they lead the Gloucester Catholic Rams by a score of 9-2. Face-off will be to the left of Geyser. Guerra with the draw. Gloucester wins it. Please tune in on Wednesday on Black Bear TV as Pope John will take on Pope Paul VI. That will be the first of the Egan Conference matchups for the season. Remember, Pope John's in 2 different leagues, the Gordon and the Egan. So this is the Gordon Conference matchup tonight. The Egan Conference starts Wednesday. Shot by Michael Perry into the netting and out of play. First road game for Pope John will be on Monday at the American Dream Mall against St. Peter's. And we will either be live here on the Facebook Live channel, or if we get enough subscribers for our YouTube channel, which we're just completing up right now, then we'll be live on that. Here's the shot. Save, rebound. It's loose in front. Formisano with the backhand. He scores! Michael Formisano with the backhand shot. And it's double chilly for Pope John. The 10th goal of the game. Formisano scores on his first action as a Pope John Lion. And with 8:39 remaining, the Lions lead 10-2. Michael Formisano, who just hit the ice for the Lions for his first action, puts the backhander past Richie Geyser. With 8:39 remaining, the Lions with double chili, 10 goals, and they go up on Gloucester Catholic 10-2. Hunter Perillo along the glass now, over to number 12, Jacob McCullough. What a moment that Formisano will never forget. I don't think I will. Here's Perillo. Perillo with the shot. Saved by Geyser. Goes into the corner. Here's Aiden Perry. Perry checked off the puck. Now Luke Jaroswitz. Jaroswitz fires. Saved by Geyser. Now here's Magnus Bars. In front. Goes through the blue line all the way down the ice. And Giordano will play it. Just a personal note, I've been watching Michael play since he was 5 years old. I never expected him to score tonight. I mean, as a freshman on the team, it's been a great night for Pope John, I'll tell you what. It's going to be hard to forget that one. Here is Hunter Perillo, inside the zone. Jarosowicz in front, tipped away. Now the shot by Perry, saved by Geyser. What a save by the Ram goaltender. Here is number 46 in for Gloucester. Back in, saved by Giordano. 7:05 remaining here, third period. And a little bit of a scuffle in front of the Lion bench. I think that has, we've gotten action from everybody on the bench for the Lions now. All the freshmen have been in the game, the only exception being the goaltender for tonight, Sebastian Perillo. And I remember I was a goalie. It took me a while to hit the ice, so Sebastian will get his time, and we're looking forward to it. Shot comes in by Michello off the shin guards of number 9 for Gloucester. And the Rams coming all the way back on the backhand. There's Alex Slater with it. Now here is Colatrella. Nicholas Colatrella in. The shot, save, rebound. Saved by Geyser off the Jarosowicz shot. Jack fired up there. Just couldn't get it past Geyser. Here is Colatrella. Now Michello. Along the far boards. Michello checked off the puck. Jarosowicz in after it. 6:15 to go here in the third period. Giordano with the pass to Bisick. Alex Bisick behind the net. Skated over the blue line. Now over the red. Geyser plays the puck there. Over to Bacon. Back to Bacon now along the near boards. Bisick looking for the hit there. Just didn't line up. Here's Bisick over the red line. Shot in. Saved by Geyser. And he'll hold on as number 11, Cameron Guerra, was in to look to put a rebound home there. So shots on goal now favoring Pope John 45-23. On the scoreboard, it's 10-2 Pope John over Gloucester Catholic. Bisick behind the net. Here's Mobley in. Bisick checked off the puck behind the net. Held in zone by Einhorn. Einhorn with the shot. Blocker glove save by Geyser. Played by the Rams along the boards. Here's number 4 for Pope John, Amabile. Into Bisick, 14. 4:55 remaining. We're less than 5 minutes to go here in this one. Lions lead by 8. Here's Bisick. Pass back to the point. Amabile races in to hold it. Amabile behind the net. Looking for a wraparound attempt. Take it back around. Amabile. Pass across. Deflected. The shot went wide by Luke Jarosowicz. Comes back outside the zone. Gets past Formisano. Comes in. The shot. Deflected off the post. No goal. As the forward for the Rams tried to sneak that one home past Giordano. He got just enough. And then it came off the post. Both Einhorn and Formisano over there to congratulate and thank Giordano for that. So, score remains 10-2. We got Logan Dixon, Aiden Perry, Magnus Bars, Michael Formisano, and Luke Jarosowitz out there for Pope John, as the draw will be to the right of Giordano. Face-off won by Gloucester. The shot deflected in the air. Dixon will play it. Over to Formisano. He'll backhand it up to Perry. Perry just can't get outside the zone. It's held in by the Rams. Shot comes in, rolling towards Giordano. He plays it. And now Jarosowitz. Pass up. Now Aiden Perry on a breakaway. Perry coming in all alone. The shot. Saved by Geyser. Wow, he kicked out that right pad. Now the shot by Formisano. Oh, he almost put a second one home as Geyser makes the save. Oh, my goodness. Formisano will be able to score twice tonight in his very first game. Not to be, however, so 3:50 to go. I'm sure he'll be happy with the one. Would have been just as sweet to have a second, but what are you going to do? Luke Jarosowitz, Formisano right on the point there. He almost slid that past Geyser. So now, here's puck back to Bars. Bars with the shot. Off of the dasher and bounces into the netting and out of play. 3:43 remaining here in the third period. Pope John leading over Gloucester Catholic 10-2. We're glad you're with us here on opening night inside Skylands Ice World inside the Forum. Jarosowitz will take the draw with Formisano on the left, Perry on the right, Bars and Dixon on the points. Puck comes out to Formisano. He tips it over to Jarosowitz. Jarosowitz in the near corner. Pass back to the point to Dixon. Fires. Save off the top of the shoulders by Geyser. Nice play by him. And the Rams looking to come outside the zone with 3:25 remaining. Dixon, nice defensive play there to hold up the Ram forward. And it comes slowly into Giordano, who makes the save and covers for a face-off. 3:19 to go here in the third period. Face-off by Colatrella. He wins it, goes back into the corner. There's Hughes off of number 20 for Gloucester. Colatrella knocked down. No call. We play on. Here's Michello. Nick Michello with the pass cross ice. Goes over to Jack Jarosowitz. He's in with McCullough. Jarosowitz to McCullough. Goes wide and along the far boards. Now into the corner. Here's Michello. Michello behind the net. Back to McCullough. Just past him and all the way down the ice. And there's Giordano. Mason Giordano, who hasn't let up a goal since the first period. He let up two late ones in the first, and that's it. 23 saves for the Pope John netminder. Michello tips it in to Michael Perry. Now Hughes. Hughes. Shot. Save. And Geyser will cover. Shots up to 50 now for Pope John. In fact, they're doubling up Gloucester 50-25. This game tonight should give Pope John their first win against 0 losses in the Gordon Conference. It's a crossover game between National and American divisions, so puck comes through the crease again over to number 46. Remember, Wednesday's game against Pope Paul VI, Egan Conference. Shot over the crossbar. Michael Perry back to McCullough. McCullough loses it to 46. Perry holds it at the point. Finally played out by the Rams with 2:08 to go. Gloucester Catholic in the zone to shot. Off the crossbar. Got a piece of it. And now here is number 11, Pope John, Cameron Guerra. Plays it around. There's Marshall in the near corner. Comes back out. Minute 45 to go. Here's Hughes. Sean Hughes. Back to McCullough. Rams send it in. This is the beginning of the deep, dark descent into winter. December 2nd as we just start the winter months with the winter season. But very bright for the Pope John Lions tonight. The 10-2 lead, looking to wrap this game up with a perfect bow and move on to Wednesday night. Here's number 14 for Gloucester. He'll send it in all the way around the boards. Picked up by Alex Slater. Knocked off his stick. Puck comes out. Formisano racing after it. Formisano, nice move around number 9. Formisano can't get around number 88, however, so the last defenseman for Gloucester is able to stop him. He had a couple of nice moves coming inside the zone. Here's Amabile, the pass in front. Formisano knocked down as he tried to shoot. He was looking at the open net. Now Amabile, back out. The shot, save off the Isaac shot. Rebound just goes wide. Formisano trying to use his body to play the puck there, and he's able to win it over the Gloucester forward, but I think the net came off its moorings with 32.8 seconds to go. Formisano digging for that second goal there. He almost had it again. Some offensive bonus work from Michael Formisano, number 21 for the Pope John Lions. Got a goal on his very first shift. He had just hit the ice, and he scored. Here's Aiden Perry. Perry, the shot by Isaac, save. He'll hold on. And now the fans for Pope John chanting the name of Mason Giordano as he'll get to celebrate his first victory of the season in 28 seconds. Here's Amabile back at the point. Amabile skates in. Knocked off his stick by number 37. Isaac after him. Coming in, tripped down. We'll give a penalty call against Alex Isaac. I don't think it'll be a penalty shot as he didn't have the distance, but with 16.7 seconds, it's going to go to the box. That's one thing, if you want to say there's a negative about tonight's game, and I'm sure Coach Brown will address it with his team, is the amount of penalties that Pope John has taken. I think 4 or 5 tonight, which can be average in a game, but against Gloucester, who didn't go to the box at all, I'm sure Pope John will want to fix that. Not much else to say negatively about the way Pope John played tonight, though. 10 goals. 16.7 seconds to go. Knocked off his stick. Here's number 11, Cameron Guerra. Comes back behind the Lions' net. Slater will pass it out. It hit off of Gloucester forward. 5 seconds to go. Around there's Liam Amabile. He'll hold it in the corner. And there's the buzzer. The pride has spoken. The Pope John Lions win on opening night here at Skylands Ice World, defeating the Gloucester Catholic Rams. Final score, Pope John Lions 10, Gloucester Catholic 2. So Cameron Guerra opens up the scoring. Freshman forward Michael Formisano ends it. And in between, the Lions just pour on the goals. Many stars in the game. Mason Giordano stops 25 shots. And the Lions skate away with the first game win. Handshakes at center ice between the Lions and the Rams. Pope John will move on to their next game on Wednesday night here at Skylands Ice World against Pope Paul VI. Please join us for that one on Black Bear TV. Wednesday night, 6:50 p.m., Pope John and Pope Paul VI. And then on Monday, it'll be Pope John taking on St. Peter's from the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey. That will be either on this Facebook Live channel or if we have enough subscribers on our YouTube TV channel, Pope John TV. So either way, we'll let you know more about it later on. But Wednesday night, right here at Skylands Ice World, Pope John taking on Pope Paul VI. For everyone here at Skylands Ice World, it's Mike Formisano saying thanks for joining us. Final score once again, the Pope John Lions defeat Gloucester Catholic Rams 10-2. Have a good night, everyone, and we will see you on Wednesday for more Pope John hockey on Black.